I'm Noelle Hannibal, and I'm here with Chris Barillaro.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
Chris is a musical director, pianist, actor, singer, performer, jack of all trades, coach. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Chris.
I think you've just said it.
No, but I want to know background information. So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Montreal. I've lived here my whole life, and I think the longest I've been away from here is probably about 3 weeks. So I've
Really?
Yeah,
That's it?
really. Only
Okay.
3 weeks. It's crazy. So I grew up here. I started taking piano lessons when I was 5, and I started taking some theater lessons, also some acting when I was 5. So 5 was a big year. I also started doing magic when I was 5, but I don't do magic anymore. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what inspired your journey into the arts other than just taking piano lessons at 5.
I'd have to say it's my parents. While they're not, I don't think they would call themselves musicians. They're definitely music lovers. There's always music on at our place, and especially there's one particular concert which I'm sure you've seen. I think the Paul Simon Graceland.
Oh yes.
So
Who hasn't seen it?
It's so good. But I used to, I was 2, and I used to sit in front of the TV with dressed like Paul Simon, so white t-shirt, black pants, because that's what he wore. And although I didn't become a guitarist, I would sit and pretend I was Paul Simon and strum along, and it was really fun. I knew all the words to, I think it was the South African national anthem?
Yeah, I think so. That's
Yeah.
it within the, yeah.
It's 2. It's very strange. Apparently Paul Simon had a big effect on me, and Ladysmith Black Mambazo too.
Okay.
I attribute a lot of my inspiration to Paul Simon and them.
Okay.
They're great.
So what was the first production then that you got involved in?
Professionally or just for fun?
Either way.
Just for fun was in grade 6. I played the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz at my elementary school. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun. And then I guess my first show, as a paid performer, and was Altar Boyz, which was the Canadian premiere, which was kind of cool. We did it in French and in English.
Okay.
Oui, Les Enfants de Cœur.
Ooh.
Z.
Ooh. That was with CETM, was it?
That was with CETM.
How many productions would you say you have been involved in, both professionally and not
Oh
professionally?
my God. Oh.
Guesstimate.
I couldn't begin to get. When I was in high school, we did at least 4 shows a year, and I was in all of them. So that was for 5 years. So there's 20 already, and then I did. This is including concerts and things like that.
Productions, more productions.
More productions.
More like theatrical productions.
Okay. I probably do around 4, 5 a year. I'd say 5 is probably closer. So.
Okay.
Since I was 17, 5 a year. That's a lot. Probably around 200 or so.
Wow.
I'd say. Of varying levels and things, but I keep busy.
Yeah, definitely busy.
busy.
So tell us, do you prefer being a performer or being a musical director?
Everyone asks me that.
Of course.
It's a popular question. I actually truly like both equally. I really like doing both. They both are very different. But I think also the fact that I work as a music director and as an actor means that when I'm working as an actor, especially in musicals, my work as a music director sort of informs how I do things, and vice versa. I think my music direction is affected a lot by the fact that I act, and I can maybe bring something a little more from the actor's perspective into my music direction too.
That's a very good answer.
Oh, thanks. I try.
Well thought out.
But you know who's responsible for that? Because when I was younger, I kept thinking, oh, I don't know, I have to pick if I'm going to be an actor or a music director or a pianist or singer. I took a master class in PEI with Louise Pitre.
Okay.
In PEI. Go figure. And it was great. And a lot of people I guess don't know this, but she trained to be a music teacher.
Okay.
When she was younger. And she's a very good pianist. She's a great musician. And I said to her, what should I do? And she said, just do both. Or do whatever people want you to do. And I said, oh, that's good advice.
That's
good
what
advice.
I do. Until you get too busy doing one, and then you can't do the other,
Exactly.
and then the choice is made for you, I guess.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite questions. What are your favorite productions, and why?
That I've been involved with?
That you've been involved with, that you... Yeah, I'd say that you've been involved with. We'll start with that.
Okay. For me, definitely Schwartz's. It was so much fun and so silly, and the cast and we started workshopping it 2 years before it opened, and I never had that experience before working on a new show from scratch with that much gestation time. Is that the right word?
Gestation. Yeah, that works.
So it was really neat. I got to see it from like infancy and see it develop, and I worked on some of the vocal arrangements for the show also, and the cast was tremendous. It was really, I know people say this all the time, but it was really like a family. It was a lovely group, and I think in the end, after we did our revival or remount of it, we had done...
And this was at the Segal Center?
At the Centaur.
At the Centaur, okay.
Theatre, yeah. We had done something like 75 shows, which is a lot. It's not a lot for like New York standards, but it's a lot for Montreal.
For Montreal, for
and
sure.
I could have kept doing it for weeks. Like, it was so much fun. Never got tired of it.
Yeah.
So definitely Schwartz.
What productions would you like to be involved with? Favorite musicals?
Definitely Next to Normal. It's a fantastic, fantastic show. In fact, just give me 1 second.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Look what's on my piano!
And it's backwards.
Oh, right,
but maybe it'll flip.
Yeah, when the camera flips, it'll be normal.
Now, you played Gabe in a, it was a workshop, or?
It was more of a masterclass that Sergine Zumé was giving, and it was, she needed someone to fill in at the last minute, just because I think there was only one other Gabe, and it was supposed to be split, because otherwise with the amount of time, there wasn't a lot of time to learn music and stuff, and John Gilbert was music directing, and it was really fun.
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah,
I love the show as well.
Me too. I really enjoyed seeing it. So definitely Next to Normal. I'd love to be in Urinetown too.
Oh yeah.
Really fun.
Yeah.
It's so silly.
Yeah.
It's wonderfully silly,
it's
and
it's got great music.
It is.
It is a privilege to
That's the only show, I think. I mean, it had such an effect on the entire audience that night in that when it was intermission, everyone ran to the bathroom.
Oh really?
Because you're sitting there watching people do this the whole time. It's like you have to go to the bathroom.
That's awesome.
There's a world I know, a place we can go, where the pain will go away. There's a world where the sun shines each day.
Any other shows, if you could do, well, besides these two shows, or with these two shows, if you could do one show, if you could pick one show that somebody would call you tomorrow and say, I want you to do this show on Broadway, what would it be?
Next to Normal.
Next to Normal.
100%. But as an actor, as a music director, chorus line. Because I could never be in it. I don't dance well enough at all. But I would love to music direct that show. It's the first show that I think I was 18, which is I guess late to hear a chorus line. It took me 18 years to hear a chorus line. And a violinist friend of mine, who I still work with all the time, she's great, gave me a copy and said, you should listen to this. So I listened to it, and I think like it was probably 11 o'clock at... No, it was later. It was like I was in bed. I was listening to my Discman. Yes, that long ago. Discman.
That long ago. Yeah, I used to have a Walkman. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's cassettes. I think I even had an 8-track.
What's that? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so I sat there and I listened to it, and the orchestration is so brilliant for that show. It's like it freaked me out. So I'd absolutely love to music direct that show.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Tell me what you have on tap coming up in the maybe within the next 6 months
Sure.
or so?
Yeah, I have. I've been working with the Lyric Theatre Singers this year as their assistant music director, which is so much fun. It's very new for me. I'm not a choral choir person. Don't have much experience in it, but working with Bob Batchelor has been great because he's brilliant and great conductor. So I've got that. We're doing our concert at the Oscar Peterson Hall, Hallelujah Broadway, in June,
fun.
which is fun. And I think it's June 13, 14, 15, something like that.
Okay, we can
Plug.
we can put the information like in the about section of any stuff that you
And then
mentioned.
I'm working on next season at the Segal in the fall. I'll be music directing Ain't Misbehavin, which is I'm really looking
That's
forward
amazing.
to. We're still doing some auditions and things now, and it's shaping up to be quite nice, I think. Trying to think. And I am working on some other things that are a little hush-hush. I can't actually talk about it at the moment. But if I'm doing, I'll just say this, I'm doing a little bit more writing these
Okay.
days. Yes.
Writing.
So we'll see. Keep your eyes open.
Okay. We'll do.
You'll be the first to know.
Goody. You hear that, Broadway 514 viewers, all three of you? You'll be the first to know.
Yeah.
So, final question for you. Do you have any aspirations outside of Montreal, or do you feel Montreal is home, you want to stay here, you want to make it work here, or do you have aspirations to move on, move forward, Broadway, West End?
Well, I do like London. It's very nice. But I think, no, I'm very happy in Montreal at the moment. I mean, I am slowly trying to poke my nose into Toronto a little bit.
Okay.
Been milling about and sending some letters and things like that. It would be nice, maybe, but I'm really enjoying myself here at the moment. And of course, sure, music directing or doing something in New York would be really fun, but also there's the Canadian thing. It's tricky.
Yeah, it is tricky. But if they really, really want you,
That's
and
true.
You're very, very in demand here in Montreal. You're, I think, probably the busiest person that I know as far as working on with the limited musicals that we have in Montreal. I think you work on probably 75% of them. Ish.
I keep busy.
You keep busy. Well, thank you very much
You're very
for
welcome.
sitting down with me. This is Chris Barillaro, and I'll put all details about all his upcoming projects in the About section.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.